Today our topic is stability of operational amplifier. Okay, so as we know that uh, gain and stability are the important factors which decides the performance of an operational amplifier, right? Uh, Not an operational amplifier, any electronic circuit, right? Gain and stability, they are the important factors. Based on those factors, we decide the performance, right? So in the last sem control systems లో కూడా మనం స్టెబిలిటీ చూసాం. స్టెబిలిటీ అంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది, మార్జినల్ స్టెబిలిటీ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుంది, అన్స్టేబుల్ ఎప్పుడు, స్టేబుల్ ఎప్పుడు, రైట్? సో ఎవ్రీ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ సిస్టమ్ depends has the stability of an electronic system. It depends upon some factors, right? Depends upon some factor, right? If you suppose if you use positive feedback, the system is not stable because due to positive feedback we are getting the oscillations in the output. That's why the positive feedback will be used in oscillator, right? So due to that oscillations, the output of the system get distorted, oscillated. So that means the oscillations in the output represents instability of the system, right? We know that we know the advantages and drawbacks of open loop system. We we have discussed about open loop and closed loop systems. What are the drawbacks of open loop system and what are the advantages of closed loop system, right? So we know that in the open loop system, output of op amp is always saturated between plus or minus 13 volts. The output of op amp always saturated between the voltages plus or minus 13 volts. So in order to control the gain, we use a negative feedback. We use a negative feedback. So when you take the when you apply the feedback that is between output to input terminal, that means then the mode of operation becomes closed loop operation, right? What are the advantages? Means it reduces the gain and it reduces the distortion in the output, right? And it increases the input resistance. It decreases the effect of temperatures and power supply factors, effect of power supply and temperatures on the output, right? So similarly, these things are discussed in the control systems also. Open loop control system, closed loop control system, right? Open loop control system output are not accurate, but it is stable. But it is stable. But coming to closed loop system, output is accurate, but closed loop systems are not stable. Always the output continuously varying based on the reference value, right? మనం బ్లాక్ డయాగ్రామ్ చూసాం, ఇదే కదా క్లోజ్డ్ లూప్ సిస్టమ్. మనకి ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఇలానే కదా. సో దిస్ యాక్ట్ యాజ్ కంపరేటర్ ఆర్ సమ్మింగ్ పాయింట్, రైట్? ఇట్ కంపేర్స్ ద feedback signal with input signal. Based on the comparison, it gives the control signal to control the controller, right? This is a basic block diagram which is already discussed during control system subject, right? So that means negative feedback, it means the closed loop system is not stable, right? Always output continuously varying. But coming to open loop system, if you give any input, you are getting some output. That means until and unless again you changes the input, the output is in the same position only. If you vary the input manually, the output also changes. But coming to closed loop system, once you give the reference input and once you give the feedback signal, you are getting the feedback signal based on the comparison, based on that error signal, that error voltage controls the controller, right? That means output is continuously monitoring, varies, right? So that means the closed loop system is accurate when compared to open loop system. right? That means any error voltage present in the system get eliminated using closed loop system. But the closed loop system are not stable. Open loop system is stable, right? The thing and these points discussed, right? So we know that those points also, closed loop systems are not stable. Open loop systems are stable, right? But due to the drawbacks of majority drawbacks of open loop system, the op amps are rarely used in open loop configuration because of huge gain, right? Because of huge gain. Already know that 2 lakhs practically, right? Ideally it is infinite, right? Because of the huge gain, your output always gets saturated. For a small input signal also, your output gets saturated. That's why due to that open loop circuit operation amplifier are rarely used in open loop configuration, right? So that means rarely used in open loop configuration means we have to use operation amplifier in closed loop mode. So due to its use in closed loop configuration, we have to study effect of feedback on circuit stability. So what is the difference between open loop and closed loop circuit? The feedback, right? Open loop system not have and doesn't have any feedback, but closed loop system have feedback, right? So that means open loop systems are stable, closed loop systems are not stable. Means the difference in the circuit or block diagram is the feedback. That means whenever you are applying feedback, the stability of the system changes. That means the stable system become unstable, right? So how the feedback affect the circuit stability? That's what we have to learn in this topic, stability of an operational amplifier. For that, for that discussion, for that analysis, I have considered a non-inverting amplifier. This is a non-inverting amplifier. Why it is called non-inverting amplifier means I am giving the input to the non-inverting terminal. That's why it is called non-inverting amplifier. If you apply this input to the input terminal, if you apply this input to the inverting input terminal, then it is called inverting amplifier. But here the output, the input is applied to non-inverting input terminal. That's why it is called non-inverting amplifier. So this is the circuit. Now I am converting this circuit into block diagram mode. Right? I'm converting the circuit into block diagram. Okay. So how we convert the circuit into block diagram mode? Okay. Right. So what is the input to the system? What is this input to this electrical or electronic system? Vn. So we are giving input Vn. We are giving the input Vn. Right? Right. And this is open loop gain. This is open loop gain, which is function of f, which is function of frequency. So this is already discussed in the frequency response of op amp due to capacitive effect, internal stages, right? Even though you are not using a physical capacitance, but due to the substrate and some metallic connections, and the substrate acts as insulator, that means a parallel plate capacitance. That means internally there will be some capacitance effect. So that's why open loop gain is a function of frequency, right? So this is open loop configuration, right? So if you observe clearly, what is open loop A naught L of F? We are taking output V naught, we are giving input Vn. This is open loop mode of operation, right? Just you are applying the input, just you are taking the output. There is no controlling, right? But here, if you observe the circuit, you are giving feedback. That means output is connected to input terminal. Output is connected to input terminal. What is the input terminal here? Negative input. What is the input terminal? Negative input. That means you are applying negative feedback, right? That means your feedback is connected to inverting input terminal. That means you are applying negative feedback. So from where output is connected to input. That's why similarly this open loop, right? I'm taking the output through feedback element. This feedback element gain, here the feedback element is RF, resistive feedback, and this output through feedback element connected to, right, input side. So in order to combine Vin and your feedback signal Vf, suppose let us consider Vf, in order to combine these two, I am using summing point. Then the resultant signal is X, again is applied to open loop, right? So open loop system, right? This is how an electronic system is converted into block diagram model, right? So this is the equivalent block diagram model of non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifier. Here the input is applied to, if you observe, here the input is applied to non-inverting, that's why it is plus, and feedback is applied to inverting, that's why it is negative. Okay, that's why it is taken as negative. Okay, so the open loop gain of op amp is frequency dependent and can be denoted as A0L of F. So this is what we discussed in the frequency response, during frequency response. Where it is? Frequency response. Yeah, this one is frequency response model, right? So if you already we discussed this one, if you observe, see, open loop gain is derived as a function of frequency. Why it is function of frequency? Already discussed. To obtain frequency model, that due to this capacitance effect, due to this capacitor, due to internal capacitor effect, the gain is function of frequency. The gain is we obtained is function of frequency. The same thing here we used, right? Right here, the open loop gain is op amp is a frequency dependent. That means function of frequency and can be denoted as A0L of F. So to determine the stability of circuit, it is necessary to represent this circuit in the standard form of block diagram. Ante. So manaki block diagram మనం దీని frequency response draw చేయాలి, మనకి stability కావాలంటే we have to draw the frequency response. That means Bode plot, right? So in order to find the frequency response of this circuit, first you have to convert this electronic circuit into block diagram form, right? From this we have to derive the transfer function. What is the other name of transfer function? Anyone? What is the other name of transfer function? Anyone? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Right. What is the other name of transfer function? We already discussed during in the control systems. What is the other name of transfer function? What is transfer function? What is transfer function? Hello? Anyone please respond. What is transfer function or other name of transfer function?
Laplace transform of its impulse response.
Okay, Laplace transform of the impulse response, right? How it explained, defined, how it is represented? మీరు ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తున్నారు ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఫంక్షన్?
Ratio of Laplace transform
Ratio of Laplace transform of
output to Laplace transform of input.
right. The ratio of Laplace transform of output to Laplace transform of input.
Input.
That means ratio of output to input. Antena?
Sir.
Right? దానికి అదర్ నేమ్ ఏంటి?
Gain.
కరెక్ట్ చెప్పండి.
Gain, sir.
Right. Gain. Transfer function is also called the gain. In the electronic circuit, we use the term gain of the circuit, right? Coming to the block diagram and coming to the control system point of view, the gain itself will rename it as transfer function. The gain itself renamed as transfer function, right? So the gain or transfer function of the system, right? So based on the gain or transfer function of the system, we have to find the frequency response, right? So to determine the stability of such circuit, it is necessary to represent the circuit in the standard form of block diagram. So we represented this circuit in the form of block diagram, right? So in this block diagram, the block between output and input. What is the block between output and input? This is the block between output and your input. What is the input here? Right? The block between output and input. So this, you are applying here input, you are taking output here. The block between output and input, this is called forward path or forward block, right? This is forward path and this block is forward block, right? So while the block between output signal and feedback signal. What is the block between output signal and feedback signal? This is the block between the output signal and this one is feedback signal, right? Which is applied to your summing point. So this is called feedback block. This one is forward block. This one is feedback block, right? Or feed forward block, anything. So the block between your output and input is called forward block. The block between your output signal and feedback signal is called feedback block. Feedback block, right? So here the transfer function or gain of the forward block. What is the transfer function or gain of the forward block? So we already discussed. We already know that the gain of the path will represented in the box only, right? Already control system cheppan. So what is the value is represented inside the block is nothing but the gain of that particular path. Gain of that particular path. So if you take the output and ratio of your input x, suppose here the input to this block is x, the output of this block is V0. So V0 by x is A0 L of f, which is the gain or transfer function, right? Similarly, what is the input to this feedback block? V0, right? What is the output of this feedback block? Which is Vf. So what is the output? Vf. What is the input to this block? V0. Vf by V0 equal to gain or transfer function beta, right? Is it clear? So the transfer function or the gain of the forward block is A0 L of f. This is the transfer function of forward path, right? While the transfer function of feedback path is beta, right? Transfer function of forward path is open loop gain as function of frequency. Transfer function of feedback path is beta, right? So we have to investigate the stability of the system with the help of frequency response. Okay, so for the analysis part, now I'm taking the analysis, right? So and this is what I discussed: block between output and input, block between output signal and feedback path, and forward block, gain of forward block, gain of feedback block, right? So from this block diagram, we'll do some analysis in order to find the closed loop gain. What is the open loop gain here? A0 L of f is the open loop gain. Then what about closed loop gain? That is V0 by V in. V naught by V in is the closed loop gain. That is what the gain of your amplifier also, right? So we have to determine gain of this closed loop transfer function, sorry, closed loop block diagram, right? So from the block diagram, we have to take these equations. X equal to V in minus beta V naught. X equal to V in minus beta V naught. So here this is the X, right? Here this one is, if you observe the block diagram, this one is X, right? X equal to X is the output of this summing point. So what is the input to this summing point? V in minus, right? We are having minus. What is the output here? Vf, right? Vf means beta into V naught, right? What is the input to this feedback block? V naught, right? Input to feedback block is your V naught. So what is the output is Vf. Output is Vf. So what is the output? Gain into input. Ante kada, V naught by V in equal to gain ainappudu. What is the output? V in into gain. So what is the gain of feedback block? Beta. What is the input to this feedback block? V naught. That's why Vf equal to beta V naught. Then what is X? V in minus, we are having negative feedback. V in minus beta V naught. That is what I written here. X equal to V in minus beta naught. Then, but what about V naught? What is V naught? What is V naught? So if you observe this block diagram, your V naught is nothing but from this one. What is V naught? V naught equal to gain, feed forward gain, A naught L of F into, what is the input? X. What is the input to this feed forward block? X. So V naught equal to A naught L of F into X, right? So this is what I written here, right? From this, what is X? V naught by A naught L of F. That is equation 2. From 1 and 2, so I'm replacing in the place of X here, in the place of X, I'm replacing the equation 2. So V naught by A naught L of F equal to V in minus beta naught. So I'm taking V naught terms to one side. So I take the common V naught. So when I'm taking the common V naught from this term, which becomes 1 by A naught L of F, and when you take the common V naught from this term after taking to left hand side, which becomes plus beta, right? Take the LCM. If you take the LCM, we are getting 1 plus A naught L of F into beta by A naught L of F, right? If you write it as V naught by V in, that means V in it iskochi entire term left hand side it get reverse. So which is A naught L of by 1 plus A naught L of into beta. So if you observe this, the equation, how it looks like, your V naught by V in transfer function is looks like G by 1 plus G into H. G into H. What is G here? Forward transfer function, which is A naught L of F. What is H here? Feedback transfer function, which is beta, and G A naught L of F. Right? Is it clear how it looks like? Is it clear, all of you? Right. This is how we determine the closed loop transfer function of an electronic circuit. Right? We have to represent that electronic circuit in the form of block diagram. From the block diagram, we have to write forward equation 1 and feedback equation 2. Right? From 1 and 2, we derive ratio of output to input, which is called transfer function or gain. Right? So the ratio of V naught by V in with feedback is called closed loop gain of the amplifier, while the product of A naught of L into beta is called loop gain, which is generally used to determine the stability. Right? This is the important one. This is called loop gain. Loop gain. So here A naught of L of F is open loop gain. Open loop gain. Right? Beta is feedback gain. Feedback gain. A naught of L of F into beta, which is loop gain. So if you remember, if you recollect, so in the root locus and Bode plot, we supposed to use G of S into H of S, right? So all the in the control system, while solving the problems, all the problem statements are in the form of this one, right? For a given control system whose loop transfer function is G of S, while taking H of S as unity feedback, right? So G of S is some transfer function ఇచ్చేవాడు, దాన్ని మనం రూట్ లోకస్ యూజ్ చేసి ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసేవాళ్ళం స్టెబిలిటీ, లేదా సిమిలర్లీ బోడే ప్లాట్ ప్రొసీజర్ యూజ్ చేసి ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ డ్రా చేసేవాళ్ళం, magnitude and phase plot డ్రా చేసి, రైట్? So G of S into H of S, right? We know that this is called loop gain, right? Here what is the loop gain? This entire term is loop gain. So this is what he is saying, right? So where A naught of L into F, A naught L of F into beta, why it always call it as function of F, open loop gain is function of frequency, right? And beta into beta is called loop gain, which is generally used to determine stability, right? ఇదే మనం ఎప్పుడు మనం స్టెబిలిటీ కింద యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఎలా? we are taking the characteristic equation. What is characteristic equation in the control system? Anyone? What is the characteristic equation? While doing RH criteria, while doing root locus, characteristic equation, this known. What is characteristic equation? Anyone? What is characteristic equation? How we find the characteristic equation?
1 plus G
1 plus
is equal to
G of S into
G
H of S
H of S
equal to 0.
0.
Nothing but denominator of your transfer function equal to 0, right? Here also 1 plus A naught of L of F plus beta, which is equal to 0. Sorry, not plus. Wait a minute. Here also 1 plus A naught of L of F into beta equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation. Okay, is it clear? So from the characteristic equation, we have to find that stability, right? So the stability of the entire circuit depends upon behavior of the roots of the characteristic equation of the system, behavior of the roots of the characteristics of the characteristic equation of the system. ఇదే మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం RH క్రైటీరియాలో, రూట్ లోకస్ లో, రైట్? రూట్స్ మన క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ దీంట్లో చూసేవాళ్ళం కదా, దే ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ ఇన్ మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్, ఆపోజిట్ ఇన్ సైన్, కాంప్లెక్స్ కాంజుగేట్ రూట్స్ అయితే ఎలా ఉంటుంది, రైట్? ఇమాజినరీ రూట్స్ అయితే మార్జినల్లీ స్టేబుల్ అనేవాళ్ళం, రైట్? రియల్ అండ్ పాజిటివ్ రూట్స్ అయితే అన్స్టేబుల్ అనేవాళ్ళం, నెగిటివ్ సైన్ రూట్స్ అయితే స్టేబుల్ అనేవాళ్ళం. నెగిటివ్ ఎల్ అంటే లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ ఉంటే మనకి స్టేబుల్ అనేవాళ్ళం, రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ ఉంటే రూట్స్ అన్స్టేబుల్ అనేవాళ్ళం, ఇమాజినరీ యాక్సిస్ మీద ఉంటే మార్జినల్లీ స్టేబుల్ అనేవాళ్ళం, రైట్? దట్ మీన్స్ ద రూట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ ఈక్వేషన్ decides the stability of the circuit. So here I am taking the characteristic equation of this closed loop transfer function, which is 1 plus A naught L of F into beta equal to 0. From this we are writing in the form of complex, right? Complex form of process. So from this, what is the magnitude? Square root of A square plus B square, which is 1. What is the phase angle? Tan inverse B by A, 0 by 1, right? So 0, which becomes 0 or 2n pi radians. So this is magnitude condition, this one is angle condition. So we know that at a particular frequency, both the conditions may get satisfied. At some point of this frequency is operating frequency. రైట్. ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను, ఎఫ్ ఈస్ ఆపరేటింగ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ. సో మనం ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ ప్లాట్ డ్రా చేసేప్పుడు ఎలా చేస్తాం చెప్పాం కదా, వీ హ్యావ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ద గెయిన్, V0 by Vin క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం ఇన్ dBs ఫర్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, 0, 100, 200, 300, 500, 7, 9, 1K, 3K, 5K, 10K, రైట్, 100K, 300K అప్ టు మెగా హెడ్జెస్ వరకు తీసుకుంటాం మనం ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ డ్రా చేసే లాబొరేటరీస్, రైట్. సిమిలర్లీ at some particular frequency, this both condition, magnitude condition as well as angle condition get satisfied, and at when these both conditions are satisfied, there is every possibility that the amplifier may begin to oscillate. These conditions also called Barkhausen criteria. You already know that the conditions are also called Barkhausen criteria for the standard sustained oscillation. Gain equal to 1 and phase angle is 0 or 2n pi radians, right, which is derived from the characteristic equation of your closed loop transfer function of a non-inverting amplifier, right. So this is Barkhausen criteria. That means these two conditions, when these two conditions are satisfied at particular frequency, now the system is begin to oscillate. That means nothing but in reality, మనకు తెలిసిన కంట్రోల్ సిస్టమ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో, నౌ at this stage, at this hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
At this stage, right, at the Barkhausen criteria means your roots are lying on the imaginary axis. That means the response looks like sustained oscillation, continuous oscillation. That means it is a border line, right. Left hand side of this imaginary axis, system is stable. Right hand side of this imaginary axis, system is unstable and cheptam, right. So this is the border. On this border, if the roots are lying on this line, you are getting the sustained oscillation. Sustained oscillation means when the gain is 1, when the angle is 0 or 2n pi radians, which is called Barkhausen criteria. So at some particular frequency, both the conditions get satisfied, and there is every possibility that the amplifier may begin to oscillate. These conditions are called Barkhausen criteria for sustained oscillations, right. Now the oscillations is the wedge of instability. Wedge of instability means instability ki దగ్గరలో ఉంది. Oscillations is wedge of instability, అంతే కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఇన్స్టెబిలిటీ అంటే అన్స్టెబిలిటీ, రైట్. సో మీకు రూట్స్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయంటే క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ ఈక్వేషన్, సో మీరేంటి వాల్ మీద ఉన్నట్టు, రైట్, అంటే అన్స్టేబుల్ కండిషన్ కి దగ్గరలో ఉన్నట్టు, రైట్. దిస్ మీన్స్ రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ కి. దట్స్ వై he is explained as now oscillations is the wedge of instability. The system is said to be stable if the output is reaches to fixed value within a finite time. So generally system ఎప్పుడు స్టేబుల్ అంటామంటే the output is reaches a fixed value within a finite time, right. So with a finite time your output reaches to some fixed value. So మీకు ఆల్రెడీ మీరు ఫిక్స్డ్ పాయింట్ సెట్ చేశారు, రైట్. సో ఇంత టైంలో అవుట్పుట్ ని రీచ్ అవ్వాలి. సో if when you are applying input within a specified time, your device reaches to that particular output and it gets satisfied, then system is said to be stable. Otherwise, that means output is increases with the time indefinitely, or if there is the output without input. Without input, if you get any output, then system is said to be unstable, right. If your output reaches to particular value with a finite time, that is called system is stable. But if your output is continuously varying indefinitely, nothing but continuously varying indefinitely means you are getting continuous oscillations, right. That means the system is not stable. Other or if there is output without input, nothing but the system is unstable, right. So to determine the stability of the circuit, we have to find the frequency response of that particular circuit, right? So determine the stability of circuit means actually deciding how close the circuit is condition of sustained oscillations, which indicates the starting point of instability. So what is the starting point of instability? This after this position, this entire thing is instability, unstable state. So whenever your system reaches to this marginally stable condition, nothing but now your system is ready to fall into the unstable state, right? So that is what he explained, right? So stability specifications from frequency response. We are having 4 stability frequency specifications of frequency response. Based on those 4 specifications, we have to determine the stability of the circuit. So this is the Bode plot. After this magnitude plot, this one is magnitude plot, and this one is phase angle plot. Phase angle plot, right? The Bode plot or frequency response is nothing but combination of magnitude and phase plot. Combination of magnitude and phase plot, right? So here I have drawn the sample magnitude plot. This one is magnitude plot, gain in dBs, right? And this one is phase plot in degrees with respect to log omega, x-axis log omega. That means frequency is taken in logarithmic scale, right? Logarithmic scale. So this is frequency response of an operational amplifier, right? So based on some 4 specifications, so stability specifications from frequency response, those response specifications are gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, gain margin, phase margin. These 4 are the important parameters. Based on those 4 parameters, we decide the stability of op amp. We'll decide the stability of op amp. So what are those 4 specifications, right? So this is a base from these 2 plots, magnitude and phase plot. We are going to explain. I am going to explain those 4 specifications, right? The first specification, gain crossover frequency. Gain crossover frequency is what is gain crossover frequency? If you study the definition, the frequency at which the loop gain magnitude, what is the loop gain? A naught L of F into beta. So in order to draw the frequency response, we use only loop gain transfer function only. Loop gain transfer function మనం యూజ్ చేస్తాం, right? The frequency at which the loop gain magnitude is unity. Nothing but is unity means in dBs it is 0 dB. That frequency is called gain crossover frequency, denoted by GC, not PC. Can mistake only, right? This one is GC, not PC. This one is GC, gain crossover frequency, omega GC. Okay. So what is gain crossover frequency? The frequency at which loop gain magnitude is unity. Nothing but in dBs it is 0 dB. Logarithm of 1 and how much? It is 0, right? That's why it is 0 dB. So if it is magnitude plot, if you observe from magnitude plot, so the magnitude versus frequency in logarithmic scale. This is the plot between magnitude. If you observe a y-axis, 20 log A naught L of F into beta in dBs, and x-axis logarithmic scale, right? This is the magnitude, this is the gain started constantly, right? At particular point, that means 3 dB, right? It drops like this, and at some particular point, that means at particular this point, at particular point, it reaches to 0 dB. It reaches to 0 dB. If you observe this is 0 dB line. This one is 0 dB line. This one is 0 dB line. So at some particular frequency, it reaches to 0 dB, right? And that frequency is called. So if you plot, if you plot this one, so that particular frequency where your loop gain reaches to 0 dB is nothing but gain crossover frequency, which is represented in the plot, right? So here I'm represented using dotted lines, right? So this dotted lines where the gain touched the plot where the gain reaches to 0 dB. So from the definition, the frequency at which loop gain magnitude is unity. Unity means in terms of dBs, it is 0 dB. So at this frequency, which is omega GC, omega equal to omega GC, right? The gain of loop gain reaches to 0 dB. This is called gain crossover frequency, right? Coming to phase crossover frequency. The frequency at which the phase shift introduced by loop gain is minus 180 or n pi radians is called phase crossover frequency. The frequency at which phase shift introduced by the loop gain, that means if this is the phase plot, right? Above one is magnitude plot and below one is phase plot in the Bode plot. So whenever your phase plot reaches to the minus 180 line, whenever it reaches the minus 180 line, so where it reaches the 180 minus 180 degrees, so at this point, right? At this point it reaches to minus 180. So here I'm plotting, right? I'm drawing the dotted lines to represent phase crossover frequency. So at this particular frequency, right, the phase of the angle of phase plot is becomes minus 180 degrees. So at this point, the frequency at which it reaches the minus 180 degrees, right, that frequency is called phase crossover frequency. Gain crossover frequency means the frequency at which magnitude of loop gain reaches to 0 dB, nothing but unity. That frequency is called gain crossover frequency. The frequency at which your phase plot, that means phase of your loop gain reaches to minus 180 degrees, which is called phase crossover frequency. Is it clear? Two definitions. What is gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency? All of you. Is it clear? Right? So remaining two. What is gain margin? What is phase margin? So based on these two, gain margin and phase margin, we have to determine whether the system is stable or unstable or marginally stable, whether the electronic system is stable, marginally stable or unstable. So based on these two parameters, it's a very important specifications, and this very important for short answer questions also. Define gain margin, define phase margin, right? So what is gain margin? So here, if you study this one, the critical value of loop gain are, we know that 0 dB and minus 180. What is the critical values of loop gain? 0 and minus 180 dB. They're also they are the point at which the circuit oscillates. That means we are getting sustained oscillations, and these two critical points are represented using Barkhausen criteria, right? So 0 dB and minus 180 degrees. 0 dB nothing but gain is 1 and phase is 180 degrees, right? So what is gain margin? So this is the definition of gain margin. Nothing but this is the gain measured at frequency omega equal to omega c is called gain margin. What is omega pc? Phase crossover frequency. Omega pc, omega suffix pc, nothing but phase crossover frequency. Nothing but what is gain margin means the gain of your loop gain when the frequency equal to phase crossover frequency, right? So we know from the plot, if you observe the plot, so what is phase crossover frequency, right? When the phase angle of your loop gain approaches minus 180 degrees at particular frequency, that particular frequency is called phase crossover frequency, right? If you extend this line, dotted lines, and plotted on magnitude plot, right, at particular point, right, it cuts the magnitude plot, right? This phase frequency dotted line, if you plotted against your magnitude plot, it cuts at some particular position, right? So this one is gain margin. So this is the gain of magnitude plot at phase crossover frequency, right? What is gain margin means? It is the gain of magnitude plot. It is gain of magnitude plot at phase crossover frequency, right? Gain of the magnitude plot at phase crossover frequency, right? So generally, it is represented as it is also explained as, right, is the how far your gain is how far your gain is from 0 dB line. So that's why I'm drawing the vertical line here. So this vertical line is represented 0 dB line to your gain at phase crossover frequency. So this particular line represents the margin. So based on this margin, whether it is positive or negative, we decide the stability, right? So adni explain chestanu. So what is gain margin means? The point is the gain of magnitude plot at phase crossover frequency, right? Next, what is phase margin? So this gain margin is represented using this equation. Gain margin equal to -20 log A naught of L, which is function of frequency, into beta, which is loop gain, -20 log of loop gain, where frequency is phase crossover frequency, right? So this one is phase crossover frequency, and if you can extend this dotted lines onto the magnitude plot, and it cuts at some point on magnitude plot, at that particular point, right, we find the gain margin, right? So similarly, phase margin, similar to gain margin, the specification phase margin is explained as the amount by which angle of loop gain differ from the 180 degrees phase shift at omega equal to gain crossover frequency. The amount by which angle of loop gain differ from -180 degrees phase shift at omega crossover frequency. So if you observe the plot here, right, we know the gain crossover frequency. What is gain crossover frequency? The frequency at which gain of loop gain becomes 0 dB, right? So if you observe these dotted lines, gain crossover frequency dotted lines, it cuts the phase plot at some point. It cuts the phase plot at particular point, right? So what is phase margin means? We know the -180 degrees line. So how this is explained as the amount by which angle of loop gain is differ from -180 degrees phase shift. How much it differed? The differ is explained using the represented using the vertical line, right? This is -180 degrees, right? ఈ -180 degrees line నుంచి ఎంత డిఫర్ అయింది, రైట్? ఎంత డిఫర్ అయింది? ఎక్కడైతే కట్ చేసిందో గెయిన్ క్రాస్ ఓవర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ డాటెడ్ లైన్ ఎక్కడైతే మనకి ఇది కట్ చేసిందో ఫేజ్ ప్లాట్ ని, సో బిట్వీన్ దిస్ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ పాయింట్ and -180 degrees, this vertical line represents phase margin, right? So the formula mathematically it is expressed as 180 plus angle of loop gain. So from these two specifications, gain margin and phase margin, how we calculate stability, right? So we when omega equal to omega c equal to omega gc, both angle and magnitude conditions as per Barkhausen criteria get satisfied. That means omega equal to omega pc, nothing but when frequency equal to phase crossover frequency. That means when the frequency at particular frequency, when the phase angle becomes -180 degrees, that is called phase crossover frequency. What is gain crossover frequency? At particular frequency, the gain of loop gain becomes unity or 0 dB. So ఈ రెండు satisfy and nothing but ఏంటి, as per Barkhausen criteria, these two conditions are satisfied and the circuit starts oscillations. The circuit starts oscillation means when, if you observe the root locus plot, right, the circuit starts oscillation means the roots are lying on the imaginary axis. That means if the roots are lying on the imaginary axis, what we say, the system is marginally stable. So that is what he explained here. When the frequency equal to both phase and satisfies the both phase and gain frequency conditions, right, that means the system starts the oscillations. That such a system is called marginally stable. That means the system is begin to oscillate. The system is now begins to oscillate, right? So when the system is stable, marginally stable అయిపోయింది, right? When the system is called as stable, when the system is called as unstable, right? If gain margin is positive and the phase margin is positive, if both are positive, the system is said to be stable. When gain margin is positive and phase margin is positive. When gain margin is positive, so we know the equation for gain margin, minus 20 log of your magnitude of loop gain. So when this entire term becomes negative, when this entire term, this one up to, not consider this sign, negative sign consider cheyakandi, only this term which is take it on y-axis while drawing the magnitude plot, right? When this entire term becomes negative, negative of negative, minus of that negative thing becomes positive. That means if the gain is negative, minus dB, in the minus dBs, minus of minus is plus, becomes plus dB. That means gain margin is positive. That's why in the plot I am represented vertical line. So, right, this is the intersection point of the phase crossover frequency with the magnitude plot. From 0 dBs, if you move downwards, we are getting negative dBs. We are getting negative dBs. That's what I represented here, right? If you observe this one, A naught of L, A naught of L, sorry, frequency and beta, open loop gain and beta product, that is called loop gain. In dBs is less than 0 dB, So if it is negative, minus of minus plus, that means gain margin becomes positive. So this is the thing I written here. Gain margin is positive, right? So if the gain margin is positive, the system is stable. Not only gain margin, we have to consider phase margin also. Either of gain margin or phase margin becomes negative, the system is unstable. Both gain margin positive, phase margin are positive only, the system is said to be stable. Positive gain margin and positive phase margin indicates stable system, right? So similarly, what is phase margin? Phase margin is represented as 180 plus angle of your loop gain, right? So if you observe the phase plot, I am represented, this one is phase margin, right? So below minus 180 degrees, what we get? We are getting more negative values. That means minus 190, minus 210, minus 230. If you substitute these values here, 180 minus 190, what we get? Negative angle. 180 minus 200, what we get? Negative angle. 180 minus 210, 230, 250, 300, what we get? Negative. That means we are getting phase margin is negative. But here I am representing positive phase margin, right? Above the minus 180 degrees line. That means minus 170, minus 160, minus 150, minus 120. If you substitute those values here, 180 minus 170, positive phase margin. 180 minus 150, 30 degrees, positive phase margin. 180 minus 110, 70 degrees, positive phase margin. That means here we are getting above this 180 degrees line, we are getting positive phase margin, and below 0 dB line, we are getting positive gain margin. So when both are positive, the system is said to be stable. If gain margin is positive, that is gain of loop gain is in dB is negative. That means this entire term is negative. Minus of that negative is positive, right? GM is positive is nothing but gain of this loop gain is dB is negative at omega equal to omega c. At omega equal to omega c. అదే కదా ఇక్కడ at omega gain margin ఎక్కడ ఉంది ఇది at omega equal to omega c, right? So the system is said to be stable. Similarly, if the phase margin is positive, nothing but the angle of loop gain is greater than minus 180. Greater than minus 180 means minus 170, minus 160. Negative లో ఎప్పుడు పాజిటివ్ చెప్తాం, మోర్ అని చెప్తాం, that magnitude is small value, right? Negative minus 180 కన్నా minus 170 అనేది ఎక్కువ. అదే minus 180 degrees కన్నా minus 190 తీసుకుంటే it is smaller one, right? when angle of loop gain is greater than minus 180, the system is said to be stable. అంతే కదా, మైనస్ 180 కన్నా ఎక్కువ అంటే మీరు 180 మైనస్ 180 పెడితే ఏమవుతుంది, 0 degrees అవుతుంది. 0 degrees అంటే ఏంటి, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆసిలేట్స్. అంతే కదా, 180 మైనస్ ఆఫ్ 180 పెడితే the system is begin oscillate. That is Barkhausen criteria, marginally stable condition. minus 180 కన్నా తక్కువ వాల్యూ అంటే స్మాలర్ వాల్యూ మీన్స్ మైనస్ 170, మైనస్ 160, సారీ minus 180 కన్నా గ్రేటర్ వాల్యూ అంటే మైనస్ 170, మైనస్ 160, minus 150. So if you substitute those values, we are getting positive margin. That means you are getting stability, right? If you take the angle more which is less than minus 180, less than minus 180 means minus 190, minus 200. If you substitute those values here, you are getting negative phase margin. That means represents unstability, right? So the negative values of gain margin and phase margin indicates instability of the system. More positive values of gain margin and phase margin indicate the more stability in the system. More stability in the system, right? If you observe this root locus, right? So if the roots of system lying on the imaginary axis, the system is marginally stable. If the roots are lying on nearer to imaginary axis, the system is some stable. If the roots are lying on far away of that imaginary axis, the system is more stable. Similarly, more positive values of GM and PM indicates the more stability of the system. This is what this is the thing about stability of the system based on specifications of the frequency response, which is derived from the Bode plot of your non-inverting amplifier. Is it clear, all of you, how stability of the system is determined?